Welcome back in, guys, for more Project Zomboid with Jonno. So, we woke up, set our alarm for 10 to 6. We just watched a little bit of TV. I forgot to record. We did a little bit of carpentry. So we gained a little bit in carpentry, and we started to read the carpentry book as well. So it's almost ironic. We're watching carpentry, we're reading carpentry. Overnight, we doused the alcoholic balls. We had a couple of smokes. I think there was some unfinished business as well, so we probably ought to cook a little bit before we go out. But we tried to just sort out some stuff here. So you can see we've put all of the medical stuff in the bathroom. We've got all the books and shit, the magazines that we read. On here, lots of comic books. We've had to compromise quite a lot. We're kind of being tied down to keeping this place. So we got some clothing and some tools and whatnot in here. The crowbar might come back into play, although the condition of this is good. And then over here, I think this is more or less like a dumping ground for bits and pieces. So yeah, we probably ought to at some point move the books, the weapons away, and just have this as like VHS or learning or something like that. We'll take a few more cigarettes, put them in the main inventory. Let's do a little bit of cooking, and then we'll go out for the day. What we aim to do today is get to the VHS store, which we neglected last time. So what have we got in here? What can we make? I think we're running out of things to make stir fry. Corn, eggplant, yeah, it's not great. At least we don't have to cook it. Eggplant. And then we can kind of do the same thing with the empty bowl, right? 1.7 worth of these. We don't need all of this. So I think what we might do is take some of those over. If we cut the ham, I don't know if we can do anything with the ham after we cut it. I'm guessing we can't cut it yet because we don't have a vegetable, we don't have a kitchen knife or anything. So, what a bummer. Let's get in here and let's get rid of the rest of these things, which is really, really useful if we get hurt. The maps, I don't think we're ready to look at these now. Everything else can kind of, you know, has a place being in our inventory, like dynamically if we get in trouble or whatever. Close that door, son. God, I really don't like the level of fog here. This isn't so good. Obviously, I can't remember where we've been and what we've done because that's just me. That's who I am. Yes, get over there, Richard. So we're looking to move back across. I don't know if there's anything in here. Have we looked in this house? Maybe it's prudent to look in there on the way back. We've got Jeffers outside. He's the man who cuts all the grass around here. He's the don of the neighbourhood. Is Jeffers, and he's outside our window right now. I'd rather have Jeffers outside our window lurking in than a zombie. I'll tell you that right now. Maybe we haven't been here yet then, because if we had been here, would it not make sense? Let's shut this. Rotten. To open that door. What's on the table, lad? Screwdriver, we'll have that. Oh, magazine as well. Take that and all. Salt, defo. I mean, I know we're not meant to be doing this right now. But yeah, we'll take all of this on the way back. I think that'll be really useful. But we do want to check out the shed, because sheds are always interesting. It's always full of intrigue. Looking a bit scruffy there, Richard. Looks like quite a healthy shed. For fuck's sake. metal sheet. It's worth remembering that. Because there's some stuff in here we can dismantle and all the rest of it. But yeah, metal sheet is helpful. We might be able to barricade one of the windows properly. We need a, what do you call it? We've got the welding mask, I think, but we need to get a couple of other bits before we can start welding. And again, ideally we would want to read that book. But yeah, the VHS store I think is up here. Can't see much at all, which is quite problematic. Quite nerve-wracking. Can we just pause? Because I wouldn't mind having a sip of whiskey here. Lovely job. Papa Jensen, eh? Oh dear, there's a lot of... They must have heard that we're interested in this place because they seem to be really fucking hard for it. So, what's the crack here? Do we lure them away one by one? We need something to eat. We could do with some food. Food is. We'll get a decent skill increase in sneaking around. Well, I don't know why there are so many tossers near where we want to get to though. It's almost like they can read our mind. Or maybe we can ignore them altogether and go around. It's a bit risky though. It's a bit risky. Light-footed and sneaking, we could do with another hustle up on those really. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, we could be signing our own death warrant here, folks. It's getting hungry all of a sudden. So, do you know what? I have no idea which of these are actually going to be useful or not, you know. The cook show, that's probably decent. Take all these VHSs, man. The Mother's Boy doesn't sound good, does it? Dog Goblin version volume 3, version 3. Clear the whole place out. Any replicas, any substitutes we can stick into the back office, guys. We have a punter. She's up for it. She's going to pay us a visit in the back office. Nice. Cheers for that. She's Messing with the wrong hobo, I tell ya. Let's have a look in here. What we got going on? So a lot of these will be repeats, but what we'll do, like the Mother's Boy, which they seem to have 1,000 copies of, and God knows who keeps coming in here to rent that. I remember the days of renting films. That was interesting. The Mother's Boy, so they got 15,000 copies of it. Not interested, mate. Not interested. Dead Wrong is correct. Dead Wrong is the answer to Mother's Boy. Fucking hell, there's another one. Strange Little Man is another counter. Dog Goblin 3 is another popular one, guys. Lots of copies of that here. The easiest thing I think is, rather than try and sort of filter through them, is just to take all of them home and try and work out if some of them are any good or not. I mean, obviously things like the Cook Show is pretty obvious. It's like, yeah, that's going to give us a skill increase, but sometimes in Zomboid, things that are not so obvious might be the ones that actually give you a skill boost, you know. Please don't continue to walk when I'm doing. What are you doing? I don't know what I've just done here, guys. I've somehow messed up the keyboard. He seems to be walking still. Right. No. Has he stopped? Yeah, that was a bit disconcerting, wasn't it? I do feel nervous coming in here and just taking all of this stuff uncontested. Right, go around the other side here. You are dead, yeah, kind of. Guys, it's one of those where we're going to know what kind of a haul we've got after the event. At 12 o'clock at least we can start getting the skill boost, because at 12 o'clock we get a show that comes on, although we do have to tune in for it. Here we go. We've got some stuff that we can eat. Some gummy worms, granola bar. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's have a smoke as well, eh? And then we'll be right as rain there. Right, I think we've just about rinsed everything that they've got. We're getting carpentry skill, which is great. I don't see what use money is going to be in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, so we're going to continue to get this carpentry boosty. I'm going to have a little bit more whiskey. Oh dear. We've got tossers knocking on the window, of course, as I'm drinking whiskey. So let's put a pause on that for a second. How do we shut the door? Shut the fucking door, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you what we might do. We might do the sorting in the next house, you know. It'll be mission accomplished for today. And we get a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a bonus, Brucey, if you like, getting a skill increase to carpentry while we're at it. Yeah, so let's go into this house here. We will ransack the stuff that's in there to take it back to our house, and that's another thing I think which is going to be worthwhile is actually exploring the surrounding houses so that we can take stuff that belongs to them that now belongs to us, that we can cook with and siphon and all the rest of it. Riverside is a damn sight easier than the other places we've been to. What is this notice up here? Oh, is it a dish towel? It's almost like an eviction notice. The canned stuff eventually we'll want to take, but we want to focus right now on particularly on the fresh. What's the zombie got on it? Okay. Long gloves, no scratch resistance. Some posh bird that murdered herself. Okay, the sheet might be useful. We can't take it right now, so let's have a look at these VHSs. What have we got? What we're going to do is just take duplicates away. And then what we'll do is we'll have so many, but we will prioritise not the entertainment but the skills boosts. Nice, survival 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's awesome. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. The Bill and Ted spin-off, is it? Fred and Ali's Radical Journey. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Great film. Home Invaders. Not what we want to be watching, really. We could do without that. Man on the Run. That's very poignant. Mother's Boy. We don't need 6 copies of that. We'll probably throw up after one rendition. Paris in the Rain. I very much doubt we're going to watch that. Saturn is still could be something to do with tailoring. So this is it. It's cryptic, isn't it? Fitness Club. Fitness Club is probably worth watching because it's going to have a skill increase potentially. Cooking show, good. I mean, we're going to be busy because the electricity is not going to be on for too much. The danger in your bed. I am the danger in my bed, mate. Don't you worry about it. Magical woodland. I don't know if that's going to be educational or not. Moderators. Fucking hell. Maybe I could just do a little bit of research off camera to see what is educational, what is not. The Omega Department. Is this something to do with how the apocalypse started, I wonder? I mean, we've got a hell of a lot of entertainment here. But there's no way we'll be able to fit 200 or so VHS tapes in our bag. If anyone is not familiar with VHS because you're too young, they're pretty hefty, man. They're pretty hefty. You take an average DVD case and you increase it by maybe, I don't know, 10-15%, and then and you stack it on top of itself, so it's thick. It's thick, you know what I mean? And that's your VHS. And yeah, I wouldn't want to be carrying around fucking bags worth of them during the zombie apocalypse, that's for damn sure. Let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Farming Volume 1. I think we have that book. I think we do. We ought to take it really, and just in case we don't have it. I mean, dismantling beds is a huge carpentry XP boost and gives you a decent amount of material afterwards. But it's going okay so far. I mean, I think what we'll do is we'll get back, put this stuff away. Ricardo. But I'm intrigued. I mean, let's stick one of these VHSs in, yeah? Device option, turn it on. What we got? Cook Show episode 2. Should put it in there. Ooh, I mean, the other thing to consider might be, is it better to wait until we've got the skill option? But then when does the power go out? You know what I mean? All things to think about, guys. But we're up to the end of an episode here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to cower for the rest of the day in our house. I will sort all this stuff out, make some food, wash our clothes, do all the boring bits, and we'll see you again tomorrow. I don't think we're going to stay here for too long. It's a bit boring around this neck of the woods, so we're going to look to travel, look to move, look to boogie. Yeah, have the next goal in sight. Alright guys, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.